Hi there, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to Mixed Media Mayhem, which I am combining with Around the World in 30 days because I am still using photos from my Kauai trip, so that is travel related. Our recipe for today's Mixed Media Mayhem is Distress Oxide, Rainbow, and Vellum. Here are the 6 colors I used: Festive Berries, Carved Pumpkin, Mustard Seed, Twisted Citron, the new one, whatever that's called, something Mariner, and Villainous Potion. So I just started out with some basil marshmallow paper, and I'm spraying at the top and letting it drip down. And this was my actual second pass at it because the first pass I forgot to turn on the camera. So I thought I'll just do it over, and then you guys kind of get to see it anyway. And now I have 2 sheets of paper that have rainbow on them. I might give one of them away, but I basically just started with the spraying, and when I sprayed the darker colors, which I maybe probably should have sprayed the darker ones first, but they kind of splattered a little bit over to the lighter ones, so I went in and made a second pass on the lighter ones so that it didn't have as much of the darker showing through. You can see on the red there's a little bit of the blue, and so I just went right back over it. And I'm using the Distress Oxide sprays because this recipe, which is the recipe that Adam came up with, he did not specify if I'm supposed to use Distress Oxide spray or ink. So I used the spray, and then I am going to go in and use the ink as well, just so, you know, I got it all done. I'm using a really old stencil from Heidi Swapp, and I'm using the same colors with the exception of the ink pad for the blue one. I'm using some faded jeans instead because could not find my, well, it's not that I couldn't find, I have one, it's just not at my house right now, for the Uncharted Mariner, I think is what it's called, something like that. So I just went over it with the faded jeans, and actually my blending brushes have so much ink on them, I really didn't have to go in and add any ink. In fact, I may not have. I may have just rubbed the ink that was on the blending brush and not dipped it in anything. I just want this pattern to be very subtle. I am wiping off between colors, so I'm able to do like 2 colors at a time because the width of the stencil, but I definitely don't want to go over the yellow with, you know, the purple or something like that and end up with a muddy brown. But I do clean off, and I kind of made those lighter areas at the bottom a little bit scattered vertically because I didn't want them to be in a big row, but I did want to have a little tiny hint of detail down below. I am backing my photos with black cardstock, and I'm just using the 4.5 by 6.5 inch 100 pack that you get at Hobby Lobby, and that is my favorite way to back photos with white or black because I don't feel like there's a lot of waste. It's like a 1/4 of an inch or 1/2 of an inch depending on, you know, what you're backing. And then I am backing the entire layout with black paper because I really like the way the bold colors play against the black. It's just, I don't know, it's very pleasing to my eye, and since I went ahead and backed the photos in black, I thought that would work very well. My 2 photos, in case you're wondering, the one on the upper right is the temperature for one of the days we were in Kauai. It was 91 degrees, and it felt like it was 104 because it was so humid. And then the other photo was right after we got off of our helicopter tour, and then we started driving. We got back on the road and started driving. It started pouring. And so I am just documenting that there's a lot of different weather on Kauai. It is humid. And since it does have, one of the peaks on it is one of the wettest places in the world, it does have a lot of rain. And so my title is going to be Rainbows Come From Sunshine and Rain. And I know that seems like a convoluted title possibly. Well, maybe it doesn't. But I have an acrylic piece that says Sunshine and Rain, and so I wanted to use that. And in California, we don't have a ton of rain, so I thought this was the perfect chance to go ahead and use it because I didn't see any time soon that I would be able to use it, since it doesn't rain here that often. I am flipping through a bunch of ephemera in my little box of stuff that I still have left over left from this particular trip that I have kind of kitted up. And so I pulled out this yellow card. I pulled out the green one, but the green one that I tucked under up by that bird there is going away. I'm going to use this tag. It matches the green that's in the background just a bit better. And I'm just kind of doing the tone on tone thing. You have seen it online, I am sure. Where people go tone on tone with their embellishments on a rainbow layout, but I'm keeping mine super minimal. It's not going to have a whole lot. So, in fact, I don't end up with any ephemera that is blue on there, but I do end up using an enamel dot for each color as well, just to kind of tuck it in and make it so that they all have something going across there. I thought that tag worked out really well. I also don't think I put anything in the orange area other than an enamel dot, and I really like the way that it all comes out. So that little bird's going to sit up on top there. I thought that was really cute. He's kind of tropical looking, and he matches with the green. The tag, I'm not worried about being able to pull it out because my journaling is going to go underneath the photo. And I have this purple camera, which I thought works really well down below the photo in the purple area. And since I am using a lot of those cameras throughout my album, I thought it was the perfect piece to put over here. And then I had that little butterfly piece that says fantastic on it, and that's going to stay over in the red. The top of that yellow card gets put up by the yellow there, and I'm going to use a black and white piece of baker's twine to put through the hole of the tab there, or the tag. The yellow piece, I know it doesn't stand out a whole lot. I did kind of brush a little bit of black ink around it just to kind of make it pop a little bit, and I don't mind that it's not super bold. I like it being very subtle, and that's totally okay with me. I'm just straightening up my photos here, and then I'm going to work on my title. Oh, actually I'm not. I'm going to pull in these black and white fern pieces of paper. I've used this paper on a couple of other layouts recently, and so I just had these little bits left over, and so I'm tucking them underneath the embellishment areas that I have created just to give them an added pop. I kind of like it with the black and white, and since I've got the black and white thread or baker's twine and the black border around everything, I think it looks kind of cool. So that's what I decided to do. Then I'm going to go ahead and use my enamel dots. I pulled a rainbow package of enamel dots out of my collection here, and these are from Gina Marie Designs. That whole set is like $2.25. At least that's what it was when I bought it. But she sells her enamel dots really inexpensively. I do add a little bit of glue behind them because I'm always afraid that another layout will bump it and then the enamel dot will go shooting off. So I just reinforce it with glue. That's my own little thing. And some of them don't stick great anyway. I don't know if you guys have that problem with enamel dots, but some of them have a harder time sticking. So here's the piece that says Sunshine and Rainbows. It is an acrylic piece from Color Cast Designs, and it's one of the newer ones. I don't know if it's still available or not, but I really liked it when I saw it, and it may have actually come in the subscription that I have, but like I said, we don't have a lot of rain here, so I wasn't sure when I'd be able to use it, so I thought this was the perfect opportunity. It also comes with 3 raindrops, which I wasn't sure if I was going to use, but I do end up using them. And then while I work on my title, I just want to remind you that this is a hop we do every Friday for Mixed Media Mayhem, and the last Friday of the month is a scrap lift, and you are welcome to play along if you go and join the public group for that. The link is down below. And the recipes, it is basically just a smaller group of us that do the recipes. So go and join the group so that you can play along with the scrap lifts. And then I am also playing along with Around the World in 30 Days, which is a travel-based series for the month of August. There are a bunch of people playing along. I've got links down below for you if you are interested in seeing what other people are making with their travel-themed layout. And I have been just working through all my photos of my trip to Kauai in 2019 with my husband for our 25th wedding anniversary. So that's what I'm working on here. And again, you can find links for more of that, more travel stuff down below. So go and check that out. Also, I am pairing some white thickers in 2 different fonts with my white acrylic piece, and I do realize that my title is not very bold. It's pretty minimal being in white, but I'm leaving it that way. I'm not going to try and color it or anything else. I think it looks kind of cool being very subtle down there, and I don't know, I'm just really happy with the way that it came out, so I decided just to leave it white. White on white. There's nothing wrong with that. So I also thought it was really fitting that the raindrops were in blue, and I'm over in that blue area of the layout, so I thought I would have those kind of just falling down from the blue portion of the rainbow up top. And then I did use some Zot's bling in the wider areas of that acrylic, and then I did add a little bit of Nuvo Deluxe adhesive, which does actually hold, but I added that to the acrylic as well, just so that when I'm sliding it like down in the page protector, it doesn't get caught, and it doesn't look like it wants to like pop off of the layout, since really the Zot's bling only fits under the widest pieces. I am also using Zot's bling under the raindrops that are completely filled in, but the one that does not have the filled in area, I just used some Nuvo Deluxe adhesive again. And then I totally forgot that I didn't add any vellum, and the recipe calls for vellum, so I pulled out this vellum that has kind of a grayish tint to it. I thought that was perfect since it was a rainy day, super gray, and I just tucked that underneath my 2 photos to meet that criteria of having some vellum on my layout. That is pretty much going to do it for this, you guys. Close-ups are coming up in just a moment, so stick around for those. Thank you so much for watching, and I would love it if you would give this video a thumbs up. And if you're not already subscribed, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel. And if you want to get notifications of when I post new layouts, hit the bell down below, and you should get notified when I post a new layout, which tends to be at least a few times a week, if not every day. So thank you for watching. Again, if you want to leave any comments or questions down below, I will get back to you as quickly as I can. Thanks for spending time with me. I will be back again with another video for you on Sunday for Stretch the Sketch. So come back and join me then for a double page layout. See you then. Bye-bye.